Doesn't look like a war zone. I don't think Nevada does it? I think we'll, after LLC, we'll start descending. So the elevation is 4,300. That VOR chart's recommending 8,400. Is this thing even going to take us through? It's going to take us to Gauzy and Toward. Look, that's Gauzy. This says Gonzi. Gauzy is 62 nautical mile away. Toward is 17. 8,400. Trying to work out some kind of VNAV path. How does the V-Bucks work then? You fly virtual planes and you earn money basically. Okay, completely ignored that. Put this on 8,000. Press enter and it just completely eliminates it. Okay. Deathridge, if you want to chat about AMD, go somewhere else, mate. $7,000, $6,000 at Thunk. We'll just have to go off DME distances, I think. It really is egregious. There's a whole bunch of them in today. Would you rather have a single engine plane have problems or a multiple engine plane with problems mid-flight? What kind of problems, King Gorson? You mean like an engine fire? Or do you mean like an avionics fail? I mean, what kind of problem? Coaches, welcome back. Been a rough year, but thanks for the distractions. I'm sorry to hear that, coaches. I think a lot of people have had a rough year, if I'm honest, but I appreciate maybe you've had a really bad one. want to be about 6,000 a Gauzy. Let's go down to 7k. We're doing 150. Okay, we've got some time yet. Ooh, nice view. I answered the exact question yesterday, Mr. Boob. I think it was 5 planes in total. I've definitely flown a 152, a 172, a 182, that's 3. I've flown a Warrior 2, that's 4. I've flown a DR200, that's 5. I've flown something similar to a TB10, 6. And maybe some others I can't remember. Yeah, approvals are on hold, exactly. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, Donkey, like, I've seen... excuse me. I've seen people streaming the game and they just... Like you say, they just load up the departure and arrival and then fly in a straight line and, you know, kind of get in there and land it, and it's fine. Enjoy it. It's only later if you want to do something a bit more correct, in quotes. No, Neo, I was going to mount the TPR rudder pedals this week, and it just didn't happen. I'm going to mount them next week. Like, I want to spend maybe like... No, I can't do Thursday. Thursday's busy. Ugh. It depends on Microsoft Patch Sim Connect. I need to find time for TPR and time for these panels that Whiteland got me. Capture, a bit more classy, but Orbex London looks pretty good. If you get Orbex London, it ties up nicely. I reckon, I have a theory, they didn't go overboard on London because they just basically said to Orbex, who's clearly one of the partners, just went, tell you what, we'll do like an okay job on London and let you take over. Whereas Paris, like, Orbex don't have a Paris product, and so they did a really good job on Paris. No aperture. The way to get... I don't know of a slider for trim. The problem with using any kind of a slider is that if it's not, like, because the sim doesn't talk to your trim wheel, you could set the trim wheel in a certain position before you start the sim, and then when you go to, like, move it, it will suddenly jump because the sim will read that number. So you can get yourself into a mess with the slider. I must admit, I don't like the way the trim works in the game right now. Like, if you tap the trim wheel, it hardly moves. If you hold it down, it doesn't move much and then picks up speed. It's really tricky to work with. .46 nautical. Honor doesn't allow you to create groups fuzzy. Like, I can't create a flying group on Honor. I mean, I personally, I'd be happy to pay for a... Excuse me. I'd be happy to pay for like an online system like FS Economy or Honor. But if you can't create proper virtual flying groups, I don't want to... It's no use to me. What's up with the autopilot setting trim to very high numbers and not restoring the previous numbers when you disconnect? I don't think I've seen that one. There's just so much land here that is just not even populated by people. It's crazy. Like, you could take off in your bush plane and come and land out here somewhere and camp for the night, and you wouldn't see a soul. Happened a couple of times the citation. I disconnect the autopilot and the nose suddenly goes up. Oh, yeah, I have seen that. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, because when it's on autopilot, it is literally supposed to keep the trim, you know, and then when you disconnect autopilot, it should already be trimmed out. Unless you've got it linked up to... Unless a trim is being set by one of your controls, maybe. That's weird, Donkey, because on my HOTAS, if I tap the trim wheel forward, it only moves it a little bit. It must be a bug then if it doesn't happen very often. The maps are from Navigraph. It's a paid-for thing. You're eventually going to move to larger aircraft or stay with the Cessnas. So two things. One, if I'm flying FS Economy, it'll be in the smaller planes. And two, the bigger planes, like, need some more work on them to make them properly viable. Look at that haze. It looks so good. Sam J, you need to trim the plane. I have some tutorial videos on YouTube that teach you how to trim the plane. I think one of the videos is called something like Stable Flight. If you go to my YouTube channel, go for the Microsoft Flight Sim playlist, you'll see them all there. There's like a tutorial playlist as well. I mean, autopilot can fly you straight and level, but it's important to basically learn how to do it. Otherwise, the moment you turn autopilot off, your plane's going to be like... And you won't know why. The f-stop changes on the drone cam. There's an aperture change, not necessarily an f-stop, but there is an aperture. John E, thank you 38 months. Have a look through the controls. Right, so that VOR should be on nav 2. And that's same with 30 nautical. So we should be in a straight line 30 nautical to the airfield. Meanwhile, we're 27 nautical to the next waypoint, which is Gauzy. And we'll be there in 18 minutes. So I think we want to be about 7,000 feet here. Give us time to sort of get set up. So when we're about 12 nautical away, we'll start descending. What do you do in this game? Just fly. You know, in Flight Sim, you tend to fly around a lot. In FIFA, you tend to play football a lot. Customer guide, thank you for 8 months. You're welcome, sir. Imagine that. Imagine a game dedicated to doing one thing. Speak for yourself, I tend to plummet. Johnny, how are you doing? Can't you just crash the fun though? You can do what you like. Like, if you find taking off and crashing to be exciting and fun, then by all means do that. But there's only two options with that one. You either get a black screen because you have failures turned off, or you'll bounce off the ground because you get a black screen because you've overstressed the aircraft, right? And it'll just go game over, or you'll bounce off the ground because you have all the failures turned off. It really isn't that exciting. If you want to do that, you're probably better off getting DCS, which is free. It's Digital Combat Simulator, because at least then when you hit the ground, you actually see a little explosion that goes off. Jame, thank you for subbing. Welcome. The stunt planes are quite fun. Like, doing loop-the-loops is quite fun. But generally speaking, with flight simulators, generally speaking, the idea is not to crash. Crashing is very easy. You know, I could sit my dog here, and I guarantee if I put his paws on the yoke, I guarantee he will crash the plane. Because anybody can do it, even your dog. So it's far better to try not to crash, because that takes a bit more skill. You'd watch that. I'm sure there would be people, if I put my dog here and got him to fly, there would be people who would watch that video. Pippa might be an excellent pilot. Oh yeah. Yeah. All you got to do is get a little dog treat out and she'll leave the cockpit. It's not bad terrain around here, to be fair. It's quite pretty in its own way. Very barren, but... Right, 15 nautical away. So the airfield should be down here somewhere. Who knows where? Well, the key to flying, Nutend, is to be one step ahead of the aircraft. When you get behind the aircraft, that's when you tend to get into trouble. RB School, thank you for 6 months. Do you know a good cheap yoke? Right now, there's no such thing as a good cheap yoke. There's not even like a cheap yoke or a good yoke. There aren't any yokes. They're being snapped up. I wonder if they're going to fix the yaw damper on this thing. Same thing happened when VR launched. I mean, yeah, you've got to expect it in a way. Well, we have 200 pounds of fuel, which should be enough. I think it's burnt more than it should. I could be wrong. Either FS Economy's burn rate is wrong or this is. I don't know. We are a bit low though. It should be enough to get us in, I think. Yeah, if I have to divert or go missed, I will be in big trouble. Of course, again, 146. They call me Spiff. Thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. FS Economy is not down. No, the DNS servers are, but you can fix that yourself. What if you pick a plane FSC that's not in your game? Just hand the plane back because you can't fly it. Did I say that now wrong? 146. Seems correct. Fly a big plane. Fly a big plane and crash it into the ground. Yeah. Can I rent an Airbus A320 FSC in the... I don't know, actually. I don't know if they have any in FSC. Right, we'll level out and start deselling, I think. So a 19 DME approximately from the airfield, but not really. You have ATC off? I do indeed. Airfield's got to be over here somewhere. You can probably do that in Call of Duty floating, Fat Man. So it burns 55 gallons, 368 pounds per hour. I better land fairly quickly then. I thought the TBM was burning 55 gallons an hour. Does this thing burn the same? Blimey. Do you know if the live weather continues with the weather I had when I saved, or will it use the current live weather? Live weather is supposed to be, it talks to the server and gets the live weather and injects it into the sim. That's what it's supposed to be. It doesn't save it. I don't think there's historical weather. Be nice if they did that. But it's like a case of, well, where would they get worldwide weather data for every, like, 5 minutes of the day? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. Maybe that's available somewhere. I don't know. Rizzy, you must be looking in the wrong place. Open weather map API. To what detail, though? Like, this sim injects quite detailed weather. Like different layers of the atmosphere and stuff. Winds within certain mile ranges. I don't know what open weather does. Can you do a tutorial on the free liveries? Yes, I've done one already. Holy smokes, this doesn't look right at all. The airfield's 12 miles away. You what, mate? It must be over the top of that ridge. Uh-oh. I feel the need to climb. Oh yeah, I agree, Cube. Yeah, you really do. You fly in the most remote places, and then you'll see houses there, and you think to yourself, like, people actually live there. Right, so the elevation is what, 4,000, I think. $4,300. You've Walker's Monster Munch. Which flavour though? Right, landing lights going on.
Welcome to the Nut House.
Bring the speed back. Flaps down. Flaming hot, I agree. Good answer. Alright, I'm going to disengage autopilot. And we'll put that onto VOR. So I can get a good idea that we're on the VOR. What's the origin of the word livery? I don't know. I've got 120 pounds of fuel. We've got loads of fuel. The runway's here. We're fine. Pickled onion. I love the pickled onion ones, but they always leave like an aftertaste in my mouth, which seems to last for hours. That's the thing I don't like. The beef flavor's okay. The aftertaste is the best bit. We're coming in low. I think the reverse will work particularly well. Sounds like I broke the engine. The reverse is making all kinds of crazy noises then. The reverse sounds like a Renault engine. Anyway, we made it. We need to find somewhere to park. I'm guessing we... Look at the taxiway routings are crazy. I'm guessing we go left here. No, not reverse gear, reverser. I've no idea where we're going. Like over here looks like a good bet. I'm thinking if we do a left here, we could probably park up there. Although, it looks like these vehicles should not be here. Those vehicles should not be parked on the... scumbags. Using the apron as a car park. A throttle's a minimum for taxi. You need to bring the prop back to a minimum as well, otherwise this thing will just catapult you all the time. Let's see. The prisoners have arrived. Let's face it, if you had prisoners here, you wouldn't need much security, because, like, where are they going to go? It's just going to run into the desert. Let's have a look. 1 hour, 13 minutes. Excuse me, that came out of nowhere. A whole bunch of ground fees. 2,700 for our Squirrel, 3,100 for us. Nice. $145 miles. 1 hour 13 duration. Not a lot here now, is there? Right, I'm going to restart the sim. Why is there no option to just exit to desktop? Why do you have to go back to the main menu and then exit to desktop? Why can't you just leave the game?
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Yeah, I know you can Alt F4, but that's a bit... I don't like doing Alt F4. It's a bit untidy, you know? Moss Pittman, thank you for 17 months. When you Alt F4, you literally get the operating system to kill the process, which, you know, may or may not end up with certain things not being saved properly. I don't like it. So that's not great, is it? We can't carry that. 3 Class A patients, 62 miles. Oh, that's scumbag. Look at that. These airfields are like 6 miles apart. I wonder if you could land at this one and then taxi down the road to this one. It doesn't really feel like it's worth taking off for 6 miles. Yeah, 1 kilogram of cargo for $225. That's some expensive paracetamol, that is. Oh, the VIP passengers. Yeah, that's true. The VIP passengers, you literally can't even do that. Like, they will not travel with these guys. Even though they've all got corona.
Welcome back, Nutter.
KWMC.
Happy anniversary, Nutter.
Well, hey, there's not much around here. Nearest airfield's like 46 miles away. Battle Mountain? That sounds like an amazing place. I want to go to Battle Mountain. Luke Pryor, thank you for 4 years, sir. Happy anniversary. Miguel Papin, thank you for 13. 12 passengers, just not even worth it. 5 tons of cargo. If you've got a plane that can move 5 tons of cargo, you can make decent money. But I suspect if you've got a plane that can move 5 tons of cargo, that's going to take a lot of fuel. Battle Mountain residents, back to kebab. These people who want to battle need to have a kebab first. Bam. K-Bam. What a brilliant name. It's funny how English people pronounce my name, Squirrel. It's a Flemish name from Belgium. Yeah, but I don't speak Flemish. So you're basically saying Miguel Papin. Because like in the English language, there is never one single case where you have the letter J followed by the letter N. It doesn't happen. So we don't know how to say that. That's why.
Welcome back, Nutter.
This is not a great place. Winnemucca Municipal. Maybe quickly fire those boys back to KMEV and be done. So now, it's about an hour and 10, hour and 13. Be slightly over if we do that. There's nothing else really. I'll quickly grab them, autopilot it back, get out of here. I know how much fuel is. I wouldn't say the background music's depressing, it's just not very exciting. Wow, look at this. Local market is selling it for the same price as Winnemucca FBO. Scumbags, at least do a cheaper price, dude. $120 gallons, that'll do. Battle Mountain is a gold and copper mining town. Why is it called Battle Mountain then? There's nothing up with FS Economy. It's the DNS servers. There's been a worldwide hackathon going on, it seems. I'm sure you can flick these round. Right, I'm going to change that livery because that was not what I expected. Suzia. FedEx, DHL. Let's go DHL for the lol. Susio is amazing. Why? Runway 14, depart direct. Arrivals 225. Automatic? Automatic? It still doesn't know what time it is, though. It still thinks 8 a.m. is like middle of the night. Hey, John Fly, how you doing? Susie flies the boy. Oh, that's Susia. Yeah. I watched some of the videos. Yeah, I know that. Yeah, it's coming up with direct as well. Oh, there's an RNAV. It's a VOR DME as well. What was the wind? 2-2. We need to go in on 2-0 then. That looks like a fun approach. Let's do that. Right, we'll sort that out when we get up in the air. Let's get going. Right, first of all, where are we? Do we need a pushback? Not really. Oh my god, Deathridge, dude. You're all whining on about AMD today. I actually will, Floating Fat Man. If he mentions it one more time, he's done. That'll do for the pushback. I think the kids are out in force, but it's last day back before school, I think. They're enjoying themselves. Your son goes back on Thursday. Oh, it's bank holiday in the UK tomorrow. I don't know about anywhere else. Why don't you fly bigger aircraft? If I flew a bigger aircraft, people would say, why don't you fly the small ones? Let's get the AC on. That is the most obnoxiously positioned dial ever. I did warn him. I said to him, if he mentions it one more time, he's done. I did warn him. Right. We've got nav mode going on. Free speed's going to go on. 1200. See, we'll climb out. 1,000 will do, won't it? I think it was 147 was the runway heading. There we go. Yeah, there's certain things that just everybody's getting bored of right now, and that's one of them. Okay, I think we're now set up. So we need to taxi to 14, so we need to turn around. Actually, we go that way, basically. Okay, we've got these people. We've got the fuel set. Try not to kill the crazy lady who won't move. Hey, dummy. Chat's moving so quickly. It's really not. Like, I'm flying a plane and reading chat, so... What's your excuse? SimConnect is fetched. Do you plan on bringing in other programs? Well, I want to get my panels connected properly. And then we'll bring some other stuff into the mix, yes. Swordplay, thank you for subbing. I don't know, Damien. It's like... If you stream long enough, you just kind of learn to read chat quicker. It's just a thing. Oh yeah, cool tiger. I've seen chat going nuts. You want to be a streamer, but you've got no PC. I shouldn't laugh, dude. But that's like saying I want to be a rock star, but I don't have a guitar. You know, it's like you're lacking essential equipment. Okay, runway 14 identified. Lights are coming on. Arrows set. It's because your room's tiny as a cave. Lots of people want to be streamers, but they don't realize what it's really like. There's a big difference between just streaming for fun and like being a, in quotes, full-time streamer. Right, power's set. And we're up. There's no gear on this thing. Professional live content provider. Lol. Right, flaps are up. We're going to have to fly a runway heading until we get some decent altitude going. We're out of there. What panels? The, what are they called? Logitech flight instruments. Actually, John Fly's... Is John Fly still here? I think he got some of his panels working. John, did you get, I know you've got the Cytec panels. Do you have, the Logitech? Do you have any of those? Logitech flight instrument panel. And if you do, have you got them to work yet on Microsoft Flight Sim? I've not tried, I'm just wondering if you had. You've yet to try, you'll try today. Okay. I mean, are you using Sim Connect? Because it's a bit broken at the moment. Just wondering if you've found a different way in. Why are there so many kids today? So many kids. Let's go around this little mountain here and see if we can catch the GPS that we're after. That time of year, I guess. Radio panel and multi-panel working. SPAD.next, but you do have the micro stutter. So is SPAD.next using SimConnect? And is that what's causing the problem? So when the SimConnect patch comes out, will that disappear for you? Yeah, okay. So, are you going to use SPAD.next to connect the Logitech panels as well? Or are you going to use something else? You had the option to use SPAD without SimConnect. So, if it's not using SimConnect, what's it using? What are your thoughts on the Cessna 172? Do you mean the role-playing or the one in the sim? For whatever reason, your C172 steam gauge is not working in sim today, but G1000 is. You're using your SPAD.next for your multi-panel, no issues so far. Interesting. Yeah, right, Kalku, you're not kidding, mate. Like, sometimes they have nothing to do. Today, they're just... But Baz, doesn't FSUIPC go via SimConnect, or does it go in a different way? FSUIPC is completely separate, fair enough. Merlin, thank you for 22 months. Oh, look at those snowy capped mountains in the distance. You have a terrible lag from FSUIPC, you assume that's from SimConnect. Well, Baz says it's completely different. Yes, this is an Xbox controller, which I'm using for the drone cam. Tahu, good morning. FSUIPC gives you 15 FPS less when you're not running FSUIPC. Wow. It does sound like a similar related issue to SimConnect then. It's like things that are trying to read the sim variables are causing FPS drops. Alright, there's cruise altitude. Winnemucca. This is a lovely approach, Winnemucca. It's going to be nice. INA. 108.2. You don't understand the reading temperature cause FPS drops. Why then? I don't know. Like in the preview build, it was fine. They broke something in the final build. I don't know whether they broke something in SimConnect or something in the inside the server. I don't know. Speculation. IKEA Cow? I think that's how we say your name. Thank you for subbing. 350 files from you and your coffee mug. Really, John Fly? Nice. There's no proper standalone version for Microsoft Flight Sim yet, but Pete's working on one. Nice. Elevation 4,700. This is the RNAV approach. So at Ozedu, max 240 knots. We're coming in from Vikes, which sounds like yikes. 9,400. Runway 16. So our initial descent really needs to be down to about 9,400, I'd suggest. Don't suppose there's any VOR station around here. Apparently not. Yeah, this is like a valley. This is really nice. Looks so good. Skyer, thank you 51. The Sammy, thank you 43. Try flying to your own home. What if I told you I did that back in October last year? When they flew us to Seattle, and the first thing everybody did was just try and find their own home. And then the next thing people did was play around with the weather. I was hoping we'd have more than 3 passengers coming back, but hey-ho. Well, I think back in October we couldn't really fly into hurricanes as such because they didn't have live weather. We put it on stormy conditions and got chucked around in the wind and the rain. That was fun. Food. Okay. Thank you, Jeff. Huh? Try it. No, I'm alright. Just another drink, please. Would live weather produce tornadoes? It's unknown how well that will be modelled in the sim. I think there's like some people were chasing the Hurricane Laura. I don't know how effective it was. MP session is that after this flight swappy, it approximately, I would suggest, this is going to take 42 minutes to get in, so you're going to be looking at not long after 5 p.m. So if you want to join the group flight, exclamation mark route, get yourself set up. That's pretty disappointing, Corbin. Why would the wind be 3 knots? Oh, it was a glitch. The live weather is a bit glitchy at the moment. The disappointing thing is the patch notes for this week didn't mention anything about live weather. It's not really a burrito. It's what do you call it? Like chicken breadcrumb with some kind of green leaf. Yeah, but Swappy, what I mean is there wasn't anything in the patch notes to say they were going to address it. I don't know, Philip. I mean, you could be right. It could be a server thing, but if it is, they would have fixed it by now, surely. £160 pound course. Wow, look at the MDA on that. 6,600 feet. That's just nuts. It's like almost 2,000 feet above the runway. What the heck? Yeah, I think they were prioritizing the launcher. I also think a lot of the main devs were on holiday, so realistically, they don't have the staff to fix the more involved problems. I would hope to receive another patch in a few weeks' time with some significant fixes. If we don't, there's going to be questions. Bandita, thank you for double top 40 months. I was going to say that's got to be bad. A beta for the FSUI PC standalone version not using SimConnect might do the trick for external applications. That was quick of him.
Oh, yeah.
That was posted 17th of August. It's currently not possible to purchase a license, but a time-limited license valid to the end of October is included in the download. See, if you read what it says, Baz, it says, we are initially releasing for Microsoft Flight Sim as a beta due to the state of Microsoft's SDK and in particular that of the SimConnect API. I don't know about you, Baz, but that sounds to me like FSUI PC definitely uses the SimConnect API. There are several SimConnect updates planned in the months following the official release. We continue to update and test on these updates released. So yeah, it's definitely dependent on SimConnect, Baz. Thank you for the link. Bruce O'Reilly, what are we hauling? Just mail? Does the extra weight, if any, add to the physics simulation? We've actually just got 3 passengers in the back. And it does add it, yeah. It adjusts the fuel, the cargo payload, passenger payload, and the tail number. So I don't think it is completely separate to SimConnect. Yes, I'm using Navigo. Its scenery detail's amazing. It says the DLL is not required. I reckon though, Baz, you have to have it installed. I don't know. It's talking about that API an awful lot. Maybe, Baz, with the Microsoft Flight Sim version, he has to use SimConnect somehow. Welcome back, Juice. What add-ons are you looking forward to the most? I want to see more detailed planes. Thank you, Damon. Marbles Flower. A lot of people have said that my tutorials on YouTube are way better than the built-in sim ones. So you might want to give those a crack. Thank you, dear. No, just... You're hyped for study level airliners. It's going to be a long road for that. I mean, I would love a reality expansion pack equivalent for the Caravan or the TBM or any of that stuff. Just, I want like one detailed plane I can fly. That would be a great start. Chucky, did you buy Microsoft Flight Sim in the Windows Store or on Steam? Well, the definition of a proper plane, Baz, is one that flies. I mean, the community are already building something for the A320. So that's a good start. The teaser shots for the 737-400. You mean the PMDG one? You can link it if you send the link to a mod, Gecarus, then they'll approve you if it's okay. Who's making the 737-400? I did miss the sound wave. I've watched those tutorials now. All of them. I'd actually got them via Lolsokia at the same time you sent that email. You can indeed, man. You don't have to use autopilot. On long journeys, though, you tend to use autopilot. Previews of the aircraft with the sim. Who's making it? Oh, right, okay. The original poster used to be a member of TFDI team, but left the company in 2018. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? There's no shadow under the plane, though. That's a bit weird. Oh, nice. Got some nice detail going on there. Look at that. That's insane texturing. Look at this. I mean, this is like the platform is like, that's nuts. It looks interesting. I mean, that's the modeling side of it, right? But what about all the onboard avionics? C. Nelson, thank you for 74. SlideX, thank you very much for subbing. Welcome. Well, this is it. Like when PMDG released their 737, they can pretty much put whatever price tag they want on that thing. Let's hope they remain, you know, reasonable. By the way, I'll be live streaming on Tuesday. I'll start about 4:30 p.m. UK time. I'll be live streaming, co-streaming the NVIDIA announcement. Yeah, on Tuesday. NVIDIA's given me permission to co-stream their stream. As in, we can sit and watch the stream live and talk about it, basically, as it happens. So if you want to hang out in a nice, peaceful place, instead of NVIDIA's live stream with the whole, you know, poggers, and like ASCII art of various genitalia, you might want to hang out here instead. And then straight after that, we'll be doing, Asus are doing an announcement at about 7 p.m, I think. So, yeah, I consider it. You know, obviously you can just go and watch NVIDIA if you want, that's fine. Tuesday. Tuesday is the big announcement day. Absolutely, Brome, as long as you're funding that giveaway. What time EST? I think the NVIDIA announcement is 9 a.m. Pacific, I believe. So that would be, what, midday for you? East Coast? So you can watch on your lunch break.